Second time. There you go. Alright, what is up? This is Tokala Tatum, director, creator of Twin Apart, and I'm here with a director's commentary on Twin Apart. Let's do it, man. Anyone who's here watching the whole movie with you, thank you. If you haven't seen it since then, let's sit down together and watch it. It's been about a year since its release. First thing I'll mention though is filming this scene was probably one of the toughest scenes to film because this was at the end of like a 17-hour shoot day. We were at this rest area filming for 17 hours. And this was the last scene because it was at nighttime, one of the few scenes at night. And I was just dead tired because the actor, Leo, I played Leo, and a lot of Leo's scenes are at the rest area. So I was pretty much acting all day and directing and everything I had to do, of course, with help along me. Every time I watch Twin Apart, I'm always like, I hope people don't think I have like a weird fetish, because there's like so many different occasions where people are peeing in the movie. You got Luna peeing, you got Jolene peeing, you got Leo peeing, Vincent peeing. There's so many peeing in this movie, and I'm like, it's not what it looks like. But yeah, filming this scene was so incredibly hard. I was so tired. I probably did a really bad job of directing just because I was grumpy and I was so tired and dead. But it was taking a toll on my body. I do like the scene. I think it's a very strong scene to start out with. And actually, fun fact, the reason that, if you've ever seen the script, Yasmeen, who's playing Luna right here, is I gave her the co-writer role. And the co-writer role is because she actually came up with this scene. That's creepy. I like how we filmed that. Just a hand coming out of the darkness. That's really creepy. And it all unfolds. You don't have an answer until after. That's a very thriller-esque way to capture it. There's Carlos. Shout out to Carlos. That's Mackenzie. Shout out to Mackenzie. Did a great job. But Yasmeen actually came up with this scene because at first the movie was just going to start out with Leo and Jolene on the road. And but I was like, that's a little too slow. I have to give people something to bear with me just for a little bit. And this was that. We call them Ripper scenes. Ripper. And this scene was perfect for that. And Yaz did a lot of help crafting this story with me. And they're off.
Get over here! Get away from me!
You know, the whole movie is about two different kind of like concepts, kind of. So it's all about making choices and it's all about acceptance. So Jolene goes through this journey of acceptance where, you know, she at the beginning of the movie, she doesn't want to accept the world she's coming from. We'll talk about that more when their scene comes up. But then Leo, he goes through this whole route of making choices. You have to make a choice. You have to decide. This is something we actually filmed on the fly too. I came up with it as we were filming the movie because I was like, once David Willocks, who created this awesome score, I hope you guys enjoyed that Q&A. But when I was listening to the main theme, I was like, we have to let this whole theme play out. So I need a montage. And so I thought it'd be cool to film some montage pieces. And so while we were on set, we took like 30 minutes out of our filming day to just film some of these shots. And I really love that we did that because it really helped just build on that world and create that thrilling suspense that I wanted. But as I was saying, Leo goes through the journey of having to make choices, and Luna's scene that starts off the movie sets that stage right away, where Luna has to pee super bad. She doesn't have time to think, and she's like, I gotta pee, and she leaves her keys and phone in the car, and that's a choice that you make, and you're gonna have to live with the consequences that come after that, which is her getting kidnapped. And Leo is in the same position where Leo's like, Jolene's gone. I need to save her, no time to think. And he made the choice to not call for help and help her. And he's gonna have to live with the consequences after that. So these themes are always prevalent in a lot of the choices, and it might have flew over a lot of people's heads. But that was always in the back of my mind, writing and directing the script, that this choices and acceptance was gonna be very, very important to the story. It is a story. When you're making a film, you have to have a question that you want to answer or attempt to answer. and that's kind of the way I went with it. So as you go through this director's commentary with me now, you'll have a bit of understanding of like, okay, this movie is about choices and acceptance, and maybe you'll be able to piece together a lot more with that as well.
Folks out in Indian country.
The radio station.
Anywhere on this continent is Indian country.
This is something that I can't remember how I came up with it. It's been a while, but
I can't stand that.
I wrote out this radio manuscript.
Tell them to take some more. Hey, you missed the spot to colonize.
About
saying that stuff only creates more
just some native commentary, something that I think Leo would listen to. And I got a few Yakima natives. Shout out to the Yakima natives that did this for me to film this. They did a great job.
Our unfiltered voices.
I think they need you to stop snagging around.
Yeah, we already have enough mini-yous running around here.
Then maybe we'll see some progress.
Shit, that's not happening.
What we need is more native movies. Natives love
and some breaking the fourth wall type stuff.
Right
My
nephews make a couple $100 on the popcorn during powwow weekend.
Do you think if there were more native movies, there'd be a shortage on popcorn?
Why would there be a popcorn shortage?
Just some breaking the fourth wall about more native movies. Just having fun with it. Just, you know, we had such a serious opening moment. Now let's take it a step back. And this will go into how I explain Leo. Because Leo is a pretty interesting character that I crafted specifically for a reason. And I'll break it down as we go on. God damn it. So sick of res cars. This goddamn radio. I was just about to start. You saw that. What's up with you?
You city natives annoy me sometimes.
What? Why?
You can't just enjoy a peaceful and quiet drive? Really?
Okay, I enjoy. This is also something that I. What's that have to do with me being a city native? I mean, that's in a lot of my native concept movies. I don't make only native movies, and you guys will see that soon. But when it comes to my native movies, I'm always talking about this city native and res native.
I mean,
This is a shout out to Smoke Signals right here. This is a Smoke Signals reference.
Like you.
Hey, Victor.
Hey, Victor.
It's a Smoke Signals reference right there.
See? You city natives.
But yeah, what Jolene's saying right here, this idea of city natives and res natives. Natives that come from the city
remember we got 2 ears and one
and natives that come from the res. We gotta let people know we're still here if we want anything to change.
Want what to change? You expect anything about natives to change? See?
Because being Native American at times, I mean, like, we could talk about this all day, but what is Native American? That's a blanket statement that the U.S. government put onto us. I'm not Native American, I'm Yakima. I'm Rosebud Sioux. That's what I am. I'm not Native American. But Native American is a very political term where it's like, what makes you a Native American and what doesn't? I grew up on the res and off the res, and a lot of my family members are from the res, and also a lot of my family members have been displaced through foster care or all types of stuff where they don't know where they come from. And I think that's a very important and hurtful topic to talk about among natives.
That kind of fear.
What? I have family just like. And so Leo and Jolene kind of argue and starting out their day bad. That's kind of just like they're contrasting each other because they don't come from the same place, even though they do. I will protect you at all costs. I'd protect someone I didn't even know. It's better than just sitting and reacting. Choices. There's the choices right there. You see, Leo's talking about it's better than just sitting and reacting to it, and then Jolene's talking about let's just accept our place. So it stops happening. You see? We need to make people listen to us.
When has that ever worked?
Lots of times.
Please just shut up.
These are conversations that I have with myself, that I have with family members, with other natives, because
can you stop at this rest area coming
it's hard. What? Need your Pepsi fix? The classic Pepsi fix. Natives will know.
Did you not hear anything that I just said? I'm from the res.
And if you're not native and you know, then shout out to you.
It's not an addiction, okay? It's a mutual relationship.
Then we arrive at the rest area. Trying to keep the pacing up to where, yeah, you have a moment of levity, just learning who our characters are, but then let's get it rolling. I actually might need a Pepsi. And immediately Luther Jr. here. Thirsty as hell. Those lines that Leo said right there, where he's like, I'm thirsty as hell. That's something I added while I was editing in post-production. Actually, maybe we could take that next because it was a little too silent and Leo needed to say something. Leo's that one quirky, corny dude that's always doing stuff at the wrong time. He's flirting at the wrong time. He's joking at the wrong time. You know, he's always making choices that just never work.
You know, you always do that.
He tries to flirt with this girl, don't work. He tries to joke with this girl, it don't work. And so that's Leo's journey of kind of learning when to just make choices. I could talk all day about this dialogue.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I just feel like I made eye contact with those two over there too many times for it to be random. Damn it, Leo. Think before you act.
Well, all I did was glance.
I'll go find a vending machine.
I'll go with you.
No, it's okay.
They're probably giving out free cookies. I need my cookies. Another post-production line I added in. But also, add in something else. The way Jolene and Leo talk to each other, it's not all lovey-dovey or nothing.
Hey, how you two doing?
Because that's not how I grew up. I didn't grow up around natives being all lovey-dovey. It was always rough living and never really time for romance or nothing.
Not be having a good mood, huh?
Also, shout out to Carlos. He did such a good acting in this role. You know, those playing cards that he has in his hand, he just found those in the rest area little room that they're in. He just found them there. And he just started acting with them off top, and I really like it.
Can I get a couple?
I really like what he did with that.
She's really pretty.
What's your girlfriend's name?
Jolene. I'm Leo.
Jolene. It's a beautiful name.
Jolene and Leo.
That shot. I just had to get that shot. I wanted to just see her chugging that water.
What are you guys doing out here?
Like it's been a long day.
Empty around this time?
You said Leo's real uncomfortable. He doesn't know how to have a conversation. He doesn't know. He's real corny, real.
Cool.
He doesn't know how to communicate with people.
Take care, guys.
He just doesn't, none of that. There's also something about Luke and Jude I'll mention later that I don't think most people learned.
How did you hear?
You idiot. Never tell a white person your name.
That doesn't make any sense. Look, these people were a little weird, but I mean, aren't they all?
I gotta pee.
When he says aren't they all, you might think he's talking about white people, but he's talking about people who work at rest areas, like volunteer workers at rest areas. Whenever I'm at rest areas, I'm always confused on like where do these people come from? Like, do they live nearby? Do they drive all the way out here to work at this rest area? This Coca-Cola joke was just on the fly because we needed a Pepsi and we found out there were no Pepsis. There's a Coca-Cola machine and I was like, that's a perfect moment of comedy right there. And then Leo coming in here. The first time we did a take on this, I had to actually pee. And I was holding off and I was like, all right, let's film this scene now because I really have to pee. And so we get the camera crew in there and audio and everything, and we start filming and I go pee.
God damn.
But I'm peeing for like a minute plus and it's so awkward, and we all just start laughing while I'm peeing at the urinal. And I was like, all right, cut. I just got a fake pee. I didn't think it'd be this long. Another thing about Leo, to accentuate how weird he is like, if you spilt some water in a rest area, you would just leave. Like, why clean it? The floor is already dirty. But Leo, like I said again, he's one of those weird like city natives that, I don't know, it's just something that Leo's character would do. And this is his journey also into becoming like an action star. So right now you're like, man, this Leo ain't gonna be no action star. He ain't no action star. This dude's weird. It's kind of annoying. And then by the end of the movie, you're like, okay, Leo, okay, I see you. He's Timothy. That's the journey he went on. And that also, him wasting all that time cleaning up and all that BS. Jolene got kidnapped during all of that. Think about that. While he's being dumb cleaning up water off the floor, Jolene was getting kidnapped. And that might play a role. I'm not going to confirm nothing, but that might play a role in why Leo felt like he had to do something on his own to right his wrongs. Because he's like, damn, I was being stupid. Jolene's already gone. She's already been kidnapped. If he wasn't doing all that stupid stuff, he might have been able to save her before anything happened, or he might have got killed. Who knows? It's up to you to talk about.
Jolene. How's it taking so long?
I love this track. Jolene. It's so good. The way we filmed this scene, that's also something I forgot to mention. It took us 3 days to get everything we needed at the rest area. And fun fact, 2 of those days, we didn't use anything at all because they were just failures. And on that last day, I was like, we need to start all over. We're filming everything all over again. because this scene in particular right here, I knew that we did not get right. It was not feeling suspenseful enough. We filmed it in parts where it's like cut camera here, cut camera here, cut camera here. But in order for this scene to feel suspenseful and really put you in the shoes of Leo being confused, it had to be a oneer. It had to be one take. And I was like, we need to start everything over. We're filming everything all over again. And people were like, you're crazy. We've already failed twice. What happens if we fail a third time? Everything was on the line. The rest area was angry at us. They didn't even want to give us a third day. We barely got it. But I said, we have to film everything again. It just has to. And because of that, we had this awesome one take. This is one take. The camera never cuts. And until now. But that oneer really set the stage for this thriller. Leo tosses the Dasani water bottle. And as soon as he hears Jolene, spoiler alert, it's not Jolene, he runs out there. Who wouldn't? And it sets the stage. Also, the idea of these footprints, it's hard to see, I know. I wish we had more budget or production value to create more footprints, but they got the job done. But it was really hard to create those because the dirt in the ground where we were filming was really spongy. It was like hard to carve out dirt. It was really weird. It was real spongy, but we got it done and it worked. And that torn piece of cloth that Leo picked up, that ain't Jolene's. Y'all know who that is, right? That's Luna's. That's Luna's torn cloth that he picked up. Because at the beginning of the film, remember? And now we're starting this. I'll explain the clone character and what Luna and Jolene's relationship is, but it's very similar, the way they're getting captured, and that's done on purpose, for a reason.
Excuse me. Do you mind if I
Mackenzie did a really good job. I wasn't sure how she was going to play the role, because we had one other girl that was casted before her, but she had to drop out. And we had to pick up Mackenzie, but man, Mackenzie killed it, and she did a really good job.
Good thing you're here with your boyfriend.
She did really good.
Yeah. I think I'll go find him.
Valea, the girl who plays Jolene, that's her real name. She ad-libbed those. I'm missing the word, but she said those words on the fly because she felt like she needed to say something. And I was like, okay, let's do it.
You really think that boyfriend's gonna just leave without her? I told you this one was too risky.
You helped, didn't you? Let's move.
You need to think before you act.
If you want to get shit done,
you get it done now. Wasting time thinking about it won't get us paid. Alright, here we go. Here's the Luth and Jude. L and J. Now what about Leo and Jolene? L and J. There's a weird dichotomy and contrast between Luth and Jude and Leo and Jolene. Luth is a clone character to Leo. Luth is always making choices. We gotta do this, we gotta do this. No thinking, just do it, just do it. And Leo goes through that same journey. And what happens to Luth? You're about to see what happens to Luth. And it foreshadows the outcome for Leo, maybe.
Hey, boss was right. Being close to the reservation was an easy pick.
Yeah, that doesn't.
Emil and Ren, Giovanni, Vasquez, and Mick Loftus. They did a great job. They absolutely killed their roles.
So, what's this one's name?
Does it really matter?
Of course it matters. In case I decide to rape one, I'd like to know their name. It's the least respectful thing I can do.
Hey, it's Jolene.
And the one thing I wanted to build in this sex trafficking ring is they're not all buddies. Some people don't like someone else.
That's a nice name.
They're all just here for the money. So why would they be friends? So Luth is like, man, screw these people. I just want my money. And some of them are just sickos. You know, they're just disgusting, like Ren. I like to know her name just in case, you know.
1 ounce of fucking gratitude. I'm the one getting us paid. When we finish this, we're working with someone else.
Take the other way. I don't want any chance with this boyfriend. I still don't feel good about this one.
Relax. If you're still around, I won't hesitate.
So Luth and Jude are clone characters to Leo. I wouldn't say they're Luthen specifically is a clone character to Leo. I'll say that. Jude, it's just a relationship. Luth and Jude, LJ, Leo and Jolene, LJ. I wouldn't say Jude is a clone character to Leo.
One down, boss.
And the boss, Anthony Love. Brother killed it. Absolutely killed the boss role. With his theme in the background going dummy. This scene right here was really hard to film for him because I could tell he was feeling the pressure. He was overacting a little bit, you know, he was being real aggressive, and I was like, hey, I want you to take a step back. Remember, in this room, you're comfortable. You control this space. You can walk wherever you want.
This is a pretty one.
You want to walk to Jolene? Examine her?
I might just keep this one for myself.
Walk back to your spot. You know, if anyone feels comfortable in this room, it's you. And I think that really helped him get into the role because he was nervous. You know, this is the opening scene for the boss, the introductory scene, and he was feeling pretty nervous. He was overacting a little bit, and I had to get him to take a step back, and he killed it. He did a great job.
Hello. No need to be afraid. Sorry for all the trouble. I mean,
hello, Greedy. Yeah. Mick is such a good, like, just acting on the fly. Like, you just put him into a scene, he'll perform.
I'm the boss, right?
A lot of the stuff he adds, most of the stuff he adds, right here.
It's Jolene.
Like, the way he says Jolene's name, that's all him. I didn't tell him to do that. He's just that great of an actor. He does such a great job.
Yes, sir.
And he's so funny. He's a good person. He talks a lot. He'll talk your ear off, but he's a really good actor.
As we get to know each other, you're gonna learn that
I don't ask twice.
I don't ask twice.
Why are you doing this?
You see, the boss is a real suave guy. Like, check out my operation. You see him. Connections get you far in life.
Get access to an old winery.
Valea is still in this, like, you know, she's in this acceptance mode. She doesn't really know how to fight for herself. You know, how do you fight for yourself? I've always been raised as a native to accept your place in this world. And now she's like, she's being forced to fight for yourself. It's fight for yourself or death. What are you going to choose? And that's the journey she goes on, where there's no more accepting. I love how we filmed this scene. It's so suspenseful with the music. Everyone all around her, she's so confused.
Hey, mate, where are you going?
It's this is one of my favorite scenes that we filmed. I just really love how suspenseful and eerie and devastating. It's just devastating. Like, damn, Jolene ain't getting out of here. There's my guy Tommy, the character Vincent, played by Tommy Tucker Jr. Every person in this, every henchman acted so they killed their roles.
I told you, I don't ask twice. Come here. Look, this is all the merchandise we have right here. It's been a pretty hot topic about women going missing on the res. So, we have you all right here till we leave tonight.
Don't get too comfortable.
Stay away from me.
Jolene. Don't act like that. You seem like such a nice girl. I don't want to have to hurt you.
Get the fuck off me!
You can take off my hands now.
Yeah, with pleasure, boss. Come here. Stay here.
Filming in this restaurant was really hard, and there's Luna's reveal. She's here the whole time. The first girl that was kidnapped ends up being in the movie. That was an awesome reveal, how Jolene comes across camera and realizes Luna's
There's
there.
no way out. Not from here, at least. What?
You know, like I said, Luna is very important to Jolene.
Why are you so
She's a
calm about
clone
this?
character to
Are you
Jolene.
with them? Or do they snatch you like they just did to me? It's just how I cope.
Luna accepts her place in this world,
He'll
just like Jolene does, just for different reasons.
I doubt I'll be fast enough. You know how tribal is.
Luna accepts being kidnapped. Jolene accepts being native and just coming from a bad place.
Have a guy bringing a trailer in or something to get us all out of here. That's the first.
I'll explain it more as time goes on, but I'll just set the stage. Luna is a clone character to Jolene.
We need to leave now. They prosecute us, sell us,
or send us right back to lure more girls in. The money-hungry piece of shit who found the cash prize. Us.
Why are you so calm about this?
And I realize that there's no changing the position that we're in.
How long have you been here?
A week? Something like that.
What did they do with us?
I just told you. It depends. They had me luring girls in from the parking lots.
Why didn't you try to run?
Because they were sitting in the parking lots with guns. I wouldn't get very far.
The other girl did.
It's not as
The
simple
other
as it
girl.
seems.
I won't spoil it, but let's just say. Nah, I ain't gonna
What
say
about
nothing.
you? You said you were
I ain't
here
gonna
with your
say nothing.
boyfriend?
You have to wait and see.
How the hell did you still
All I'll say
manage
for
to
right
get
now
caught?
is that the torn apart universe that I call it has a lot more story to tell. That's all I'll say. The scene was really hard for me to film. We filmed it a couple times with a different actress, actually. The actress who originally played Susan had to drop out just because, you know, no one was getting paid for this, so if they couldn't make it, they couldn't make it. We had to cast someone else. And the girl acting as Susan is actually Valea's sister, little sister, the Jolene.
What the hell are you doing?
She's her little sister in real life, not the movie.
Profit of fucking cigarettes and beer.
Susan, are you okay?
But it's a really hard scene for me to film just because I come from, you know, my mom getting chased out the house. Not saying thankfully I never witnessed any bad beatings like this. I know people who have. I know a lot of people who have. But just coming from that rough life of just women getting treated wrong, it was really hard for me to listen to those screams because it felt real.
What do you mean?
I don't think living too nice soon enough.
But that just shows how good of a job they did.
Look, we got all profit backstopped.
With this sex trafficking ring, I wanted to set some tension. So, you know, they're nervous.
This is a big move.
Everything ain't easy for them. They're like, we need to get out of here. We're going to get caught. You know, keeping them on their toes.
I don't think we should be out on the hunt for any more fucking girls until we're out of here.
It creates a very engaging plot. They're not just simple bad guys.
All right. You and Vincent, go tell the other two.
I love how Tommy just stands up. I never told him to stand up. He just stood up on his own. I love how he just pops in to the background. They all did such a good job, man. I miss all these people. I really do.
Got a boss.
And like stuff like that, like they just do on their own. It makes my job as a director easy. They just kill it. Mick, you know, going to sleep all comfy, like, but they're all just great actors. Puts a smile on my face.
And the boss said we can't sell them beat and bruise.
Oh, so now you care about how much money we're making?
No, but at least the boss doesn't beat the shit out of them just because.
Creating interesting villains, interesting bad guys that all have different motives. They're all different people. That's how you create good antagonists.
Wipe all the fucking empathy you got.
Moments like this are so engaging. You're learning about the world. You're learning about who they are. This line right here.
I just don't want to kill anyone. I didn't know what I was getting myself into when I joined.
We're supposed to be pimping hoes, not kidnapping these girls. That's a line that I came up with on the fly because, you know, just learning how these characters play their roles and their personalities fit into it. I wanted something like that, and I threw that line in there on the spot while we were filming. I was like, I want you to try this.
Man, I don't want to spend any more time out here in the open, man. Just pull over real quick.
Fun fact, Tommy got his hair cut in the middle of filming. I don't know what happened.
Hurry the fuck up.
But you probably noticed, you know, got his little twists or his twists on his hair. It's a pretty funny thing.
Hey man, I don't know what you're so scared for. I realize there is a fucking ghost town, man. Should be scared of getting caught by a skinwalker where you fucking dig out.
First mention of a skinwalker. You're setting the stage. There's Leo. This day was hot. I was burning up. I was sweating. We did that scene like 8 times. I was sweating. It's hot out there, especially in that car.
What is that?
I'll talk about that later.
Are you loaded? No. What long weapons is this? I ain't never got one.
But shout out to Gilbert, Yaz, and Atani. You know, when I had to act, I could really rely on them to film the scene because I couldn't see.
The name's Jolene. Have either of you seen anyone?
Nah, man, we haven't seen anybody.
No, we haven't. But we're headed to the rest area. You need a ride?
You see right here, when Vincent offers a ride to Leo, there's a reason for that. and it's because
Yeah, I guess so.
Vincent and Emil were obviously coming from the abandoned winery, and Leo was kind of getting close. You know, he was right there. He found their car parked, so he could have easily found the abandoned winery.
Thanks for the ride.
So in Vincent's mind,
Are you guys sure you
he's
haven't
like,
seen
if we could
anybody?
get him back to the rest area, he might not come out here anymore, and he might not find our operations. So in his mind, he was thinking he was doing a good
What the hell are you
thing.
guys doing out here?
When you think about it, it kind of makes sense.
We're just hunting.
Near a rest area?
Just hunting.
Look, man.
That's creepy how you said
both in
that.
some questionable positions right now, alright?
Yeah, what made you come out this deep?
Couldn't find my girlfriend at the rest area and came out here to look for her. Saw cloth of her t-shirt. Then I heard muffled screaming.
Screaming?
Yeah, it was.
I like how I acted this scene, I ain't gonna lie. I think I did a good job here. I like watching me in this scene.
It didn't sound human.
More skinwalker
I was
talk.
lost.
See? That's why I told you not to joke about that shit.
Shut up.
I'm not playing, dude. Skinwalkers are just as real as sex trafficking out here on the res.
Sex trafficking. Creepy.
There's been a big missing women problem on the res. Don't trip. I'm sure your girl is fine. Maybe I should learn to think before I
That
speak,
light
huh?
in the window reflection, there's a freaking light beaming off that we were using to light Giovanni, Emil. And I mean, me acting, I just didn't. It's hard filming a movie on such a small crew. That's all I'll say. It's really hard.
You better keep going.
Yes, sir. We're back at the rest area.
What's bad?
Oh, nothing, man. It's just getting dark. Keep going. Get home. You're a fucking idiot, bro. I'm gonna have to kill this fucking guy because of you now.
I just love these henchman relationships. I wrote it on the page, but the way these guys performed it, and I mean all of them, they did such a good job.
What the hell's he doing
Especially
in your car?
Carlos. Carlos kills it. He's such a good performer, man.
I'm getting this paid.
You guys kidnapped somebody that was with their boyfriend?
You gave that boyfriend a ride back here? I'll kill that guy right now.
What do you think I mean by chill the fuck out? You don't think before you act. We're all going to get
You
fucked.
could have killed him when you had the chance.
It's all about
Need to
choices
stop fucking thinking,
and start doing. It's all about
I'll do
choice.
it myself.
Now Leo's like, all right, it's time to make a choice.
Are you guys sure you haven't seen a girl named Jolene? Small native girl?
Look, man, we already told you. Alright, we can't help you. Just keep going.
You guys remember?
Leo
when we
doesn't
were
know what to
earlier?
do.
Went to use the restroom, came out, and
Feels
she
helpless
was
at this
gone.
point.
We have no idea what you're talking about, man.
That slight eye contact with Vincent, you can read him. He's got him
You two
downloaded.
were gone when I came out. You two mentioned something about sex trafficking, right? This is bad.
They did such a good job.
What the fuck is going on here?
Where is Jolene?
Look, man, we have no idea what you're talking about, alright?
How do none of you have any idea? There's no one else out here.
Fuck this.
Give me the
Made a choice.
What did you
Was it
just
the right
do?
one? Luke just wants to make things happen. He don't care. Stop wasting time. You know, screw Emil. I was already fighting with Emil. I don't care if he dies. I'm here for the money. And Leo's messing with my money. So I'm gonna get you both out the way.
Come on, Leo. What the fuck? Come on. What the hell? There it goes.
And I'm making Leo feel human. That was always my goal. When I was acting as Leo, I wanted him to feel human.
Go blink him!
You know, Luke don't care about nobody. Luke cares about the money. So even him putting his, I don't know if it's his girlfriend, I won't confirm nothing. What do you guys think? Are they dating? I don't know.
Holy shit.
But Luke throwing Jude out there is like, man.
I'm gonna fucking kill you!
Luke's letting the rage get to his head.
Fucking dead!
Dun, dun. Soundtrack goes so dummy. Dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun.
shit! Piece of shit! Ugh. You're never gonna see your girlfriend!
Clock! Ooh. Punch the hell out of him. There goes Tommy. Fun fact, our cameraman Gilbert, his legs were too short. He couldn't run fast enough for Tommy. So I had to take the camera. And Leo in the background right there isn't me. That's a stunt double. That's Gilbert. And I was holding the camera and running backwards with him. Now Leo understands. Okay, this is how y'all play. Alright, I'm gonna play this way. Pummels his face. Leo made a choice.
Stop!
I mean, we all know the sex traffickers are bad, but Leo's decision making is really the interesting question that I wanted audience members to have. Like, dude, just call the cops. If I'm in this position, I'm like, and I know I'm so close to my girlfriend or my loved one. I know they're right there, and I'm like, I don't want to call it, waste precious time. It's a hard thing to juggle with. This one take, I love this one take. Again, just building that suspense of, oh crap, Leo just did all this. Leo's the only one alive in a freaking murder scene. How would anyone react, making them feel human? This right here was just me sending an homage to classic action films. You know, Leo with the gun in his hand, all beat up, down some water, smash the cup, chuck it, just like a badass. This is where Leo starts to become the action star of this movie, and just a little moment like that I wanted to throw in. This is where Leo makes a choice. I mean, after this, it's like, what are you gonna do? Leo's got the gun in his hand. He runs off to where Vincent ran. That's an interesting choice. Choices. I love filming this scene. There's such a beautiful shot right here. But Tommy did a really good job. He actually, I think he pulled his hamstring or something while we were filming.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck am I gonna do?
So it was hard for him to run. But he pushed through. He got it done. And he did a great job.
Look, man. I don't want any problems.
I like how we filmed this shot too.
I'm not your enemy, okay? I'll help you.
The blocking going dummy. More footsteps, more sounds. What's going on out there? This is one of the strongest scenes, you know, when
I held up my end of the deal. I just want to clean you up. We've been here long enough.
When I love acting, and I would love to try it again. I mean, anyone would. First time acting, you want to try it one more time. But when I just get to be a director and direct, like filming this scene right here, like I just love it. Pulling focus slowly between the boss and Susan, you know, getting these shots and getting these performances out of these actors. That's what I love, and I really love this scene because I feel like me as a director, I really got to showcase my talents as a director in this scene. And not only that, Anthony did, the one that plays the boss, Julia, who plays Susan, she did. You know, scenes like this are what I live for.
You and me are gonna make so much money together.
This is where I'm showing people, you know,
I just want to know
this is what I could do. I'm a filmmaker. This is what I do.
He lives by the den. Cougar Den.
Mm-hmm. Which house? There's only a few of them out there.
It's the orange one. Lots of cars in the front.
Thank you.
Cougar Den. I mentioned that place for a reason. I ain't gonna say nothing though.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
Like I said, torn apart universe. Torn apart universe. That's all I'll say. I have a lot of goals and ambitions. I think this story has a lot of potential.
You.
Filming with Ian, that's his real name. The character Kevin. He did such a good job.
How about you shut
Because
the fuck up?
when we were filming this scene, he was so good at improvising. Every take we would do, he would come up with something new, something fresh.
You. Come with me.
He's just a really good performer. A lot of these guys, you know, they're just
Stay
good
out there with the
performers.
rest of
They're
them so
good
you
at
don't
what
try
they
anything
do.
Stupid. Luna, come on. You know the drill. Come on.
They did they're just so good, man. I could talk about them all day.
Hey, dipshit.
What?
Wake the fuck up.
God damn, man. This is boring as fuck.
Like anytime they're on camera, it's just entertaining. And I want this movie to be entertaining at the end of the day.
Yeah, but I bite back.
When I'm writing the script and I'm writing lines like, yeah, but I bite back. Like when I'm writing scripts like that, I'm just having fun with it. And they go out and perform it and they kill it. But also showing realness, like right here. The boss and Luna.
Take off your clothes.
We filmed that shot on the skateboard. My butt was on the skateboard, or Gilbert's, I can't remember. And someone pushed the other person as we roll into the boss as he turns around.
Hey, you. Come here. My name's Susan.
You should watch the blooper reel because the handshake is a really funny moment. That's all I'll say. Go watch the blooper reel.
5 months, I think.
Building the world.
2 months.
Build the world.
3 weeks.
The movie is always giving you
How
new
is no one found
information
you
and
yet?
always moving forward.
The rest is 10 minutes away.
The movie is so well
Not all of
paced.
us are from here. Most of us were kidnapped during powwow weekend. People come from different reservations.
So it's hard for anyone to recognize us if we're not from here.
That's real. That's real.
Well, why haven't you tried to escape?
Girls have. They will kill you. I can show you where they're buried. No marks, just a ditch in the forest.
That's real. That's real.
You need to be careful. I see you like to fight back.
Some of you have been here for months. Of course I want out. We need to leave.
In these moments, like writing the script, I just wanted Ren to snore and cast him Mick. Mick just killed it. It's hilarious.
It's easier said than done.
Okay, so what do we do?
We need to be smart. They're moving us out of here tonight. We need to play the long game. There will be an opening, but we can't force it, okay?
What do you mean, the long game? How long?
We don't know. Could be months, weeks.
No. My boyfriend is out there searching for me right now. He'll send help.
They'll kill us before they're caught. Our only chance is waiting for the right opportunity.
I won't be sold off to some sex trade.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep it down. Listen,
No.
I know what you mean.
No.
Did such a good job.
No, you don't. Look at your face.
Always building real characters.
What he did to you.
Always building real characters. I think that's one of my strong
This is
suits.
considered a good day.
That's one of my
They will
strongest
break
suits.
you.
So when I create a
They will
character,
strip away
I know how to
any humanity you have.
give them a
You
personality,
need to stay strong.
make them individuals,
Keep a level
not just
head.
characters.
And maybe
And I don't see
you
that
can
enough.
survive and get out
I
of
don't
here,
think.
okay?
Yeah, I don't see that enough. I think that's all I'm good at. I think I'm good at pacing. I'm confident in my abilities. Every time I watch this movie, I feel nervous because I feel like I'm not gonna like it as much. I feel like I'm not gonna like it as much, but every time I watch it, I'm always entertained, always, without failure. And as a filmmaker, that's the end goal.
What the fuck did you just say?
That's all I want.
Boss, what the hell is up with you?
It's the rest area.
What about?
Shit popped off. We get this guy right back to the woods. He said he was looking for Jolene.
Jolene.
The
Kidnapped
kidnapped
girl
girl
was
was
with someone? Where the hell's Emil?
That guy
Anthony
killed
killed this scene, man.
Killed all
And
of
Tommy,
them.
they killed it, man.
That guy killed everyone.
Shot them.
So what the fuck are you doing back here? Did you kill him?
No,
I didn't have a gun.
So
I
you're
love
telling
this
me
scene, man. They
we have a
killed it,
kidnapped
man.
girl
They
who has
killed
someone
it.
looking for them right now.
Some of my men, you let them live? Are you kidding me?
I didn't have a gun.
I don't give a what you didn't have.
You put a
Whole operation in danger. We can have cops on the way right now.
Boss.
Killed it, man. Oh my
no,
god.
No. We need to
Give him
think
his
about
Oscar.
this. Seems way too hot right now.
Transporting this much cargo. We got time before anyone sees what the hell went down. The adversaries can have cops beating down our necks.
I know.
Dang. Oh my god, man. That's such a good scene. Such a good scene. They all killed it. Shout out to Yaz on the makeup. That bullet hole in his head
You got
and his
some guy
temple.
trying to act hero and save his girl. Now I know that area is a ghost town, but someone eventually is gonna go through there and see whatever the fuck went down. I need you three to go to the area and check it out.
I'm assuming we're walking.
No shit. Camille took the only car we got right now. Bring it back and clean up the area. And if you see that boyfriend,
Kill him.
Hey, what the fuck was that? Oh shit!
Christ!
Damn, that's what you get, punk.
More improv. They just.
I don't watch with Jay.
How much more can I say about these people,
Get back on
man?
watching
They're just
then.
good at what
Yes,
they
sir.
do. How much
need
more
you
can I
two
say?
To go get all of them some weapons and start loading up.
They're dragging away his body. It's so
We need to
hilarious.
stay
And
ready.
Tommy's a big dude. He's like almost as tall as
Now we're
me. I'm
complaining about
like
being bored.
6'7",
Now we got a
6'7". Tommy's like 6'5", and he's a big dude. So they were
buck
they were
salt.
dragging him. This is such a classic scene. When I'm writing the scene on the page, you know, I'm saying all this stuff in my head. I'm a little kid in a candy store just having fun writing moments like this. And when I'm on set seeing them perform it, man, I'm just so blessed. I'm like, man, I'm so blessed to have all these talented actors perform my work like this and go all out. Moments like that,
We need to get
priceless.
Out of here. You need. I mean, we need.
Here's
to
our
try.
and the Oscar for supporting actress goes to
stuck
Yasmeen Rodriguez Anaya for Luna.
My
Give her her
boyfriend's
Oscar,
still
man.
out there, I know it. Yeah, what is he gonna do?
Killed this
You
scene.
still ended up here, didn't you?
She killed acting as Luna.
My whole life. I've been so anxious about getting kidnapped that
And Yaz is
when
like,
it actually happened.
she's like a method actor. A method actor means like they gotta get in the character and feel like it's really happening to them, and so you have to give her like 15 to 30 minutes to get into character and really feel these emotions. And then she'll walk on the set and she'll be like, just roll the camera, just point the camera at me and let me work.
No, it's not okay.
And then I just call action, and she
How long until
and she just goes dummy.
They will break you into submission.
That's how good she is. Me, on the other hand, I'm kind of like an opposite actor.
If it's
I
not
like
them,
try to perform like I'm paying attention to my facial
It'll be
expressions.
somebody else.
I don't have to feel the emotions. I'm paying attention to like, did I move my eyes enough? Did I scrunch my eyebrows enough? And then I'm like, all right, let's run one more. Then I go out and kill it.
Luna. This isn't just.
And you know, Jolene and Luna, they didn't even know each other's names. And at that moment, Jolene's like, let me just fall back. I don't even know her name.
Assuming the gunfight did happen. I don't feel comfortable cleaning up dead bodies in a public area like that.
It's an open area and shit hit the fan. We need to make sure no one sees.
Somebody could have already seen. There could be cops there right now.
I was behind the
We could
camera
at least check it out.
on this
If
scene.
It's hot, we did.
We lost a crew member, and it made it really hard. And this was our first day without that crew member, so we were 3 short. And Gilbert, playing Omar on the right side, he was usually our cameraman, and so I had to take over.
There's no way that boyfriend could have.
And then when I was on camera, he had to take over, and so we were kind of bouncing back and forth, filming each other.
Could be a skinwalker. They could be watching
Like while
right now.
I'm holding the camera, I'm saying my
Go to the
lines.
forest. You're a dick.
While he's holding the camera, he's saying his
See, you
lines.
ain't supposed to talk about skinwalkers.
Don't tell me you actually believe in this.
And I'm freaking Natani wearing the hood plays Dev.
You're such a puss.
He forgot to bring his hoodie.
Pissed off.
He forgot to bring his hoodie to set, and so he's wearing a different jacket. He thought I didn't notice. I noticed. I know everything. I notice everything.
Shoot him before he shoots us.
But at least he had something with the hoodie.
Should have left a
Because
long
him
time
wearing a
ago.
hoodie is important to the story,
Shit's
and you'll
getting way
see.
too hot.
So why don't you?
Wesley, played by Thomas
Shoot you in your
Clatterbuck.
back.
He did
Yo,
a good job
shut
too.
Let's stay focused on the
They
problem
were all
at
just
hand,
perfect for their
alright?
roles.
Look, I'm with both you guys.
Movie magic. I can't explain nothing
Boss
other
is too
than that.
meticulous. We gotta act before the shit bites
Sometimes
us,
you
man.
cast people and it just
One
works.
wrong move and you're fucked. Easier said than done.
No, I agree with that. Sometimes you just have to make a decision.
And sometimes you need to plan. Trust me.
Moving this much cargo, it's a matter of planning. Just building their sex trafficking ring world. Who are they as people? What are they thinking? What are their goals? What are their motives? That creates an interesting story. This scene right here, it's one of the last scenes we filmed, and it was actually just me and Yaz. Yaz was holding the camera. We were filming at we live close to a lake which has some trees and grass. We had to go out there and film the scene, and I filmed this on an iPhone actually, because my iPhone films like 8K 24 frames. And Yaz was holding the camera, and the reason why this is a voiceover is because we had no one for audio. So I was like, let's just have it be in my head. Like, this is what I'm thinking. This is what Leo's thinking in his head.
I know what I'm doing.
And we just had to get the job done.
Know something.
So what's the plan when we get there?
We'll load up any bodies under the car and get out. Get it all out of sight as fast as possible.
And if there's blood and bullet casings everywhere, it's better than having dead bodies all over.
It'll also give us more time to get out of here.
Thank you. You ask way too many damn questions. It's bad about asking for clarification.
Because you need everything clarified.
I forgot where I got that from. It's an homage to something, but I can't remember what.
It's gotta be them. Shit.
What the hell was that?
I don't know, but that's too many noises for me. I'm gonna check it out.
Don't move.
Whoa there. Calm down.
Fuck that. Your friends tried to kill me.
I really
Okay,
enjoyed
okay.
acting in this scene.
You talk
For me as an
about it.
actor, I really had fun in this
Put down
scene.
the gun.
My eye movement, you know, being pushed back on the ropes.
I don't know anything
Stop
about
fucking playing with me. This scene was really fun to act in. The eye movement.
Drop your
Watch
gun.
him work. Watch him work.
I won't hesitate.
You already have.
You already have. Great pacing.
West up.
Pop, 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 pop. And we're off to the races. Wesley got killed. This is actually something we put on the fly because Thomas Clatterwick had to drop out the film and we couldn't finish his scene. Wesley was actually supposed to live in the movie and make it to the rest area. But he couldn't make it, he had to drop out. And I was like, well, how do we get Wesley out of here in the story? And I was like, well, what if Leo, when he shot that one gunshot, he actually shot Wesley in the chest and he's bleeding out, dying on the ground. And we started to craft Natani's character, Dev, the one with the hoodie. We started to craft his character more because of that. Because I wanted Dev to be this money hungry, power hungry. Like, he just wants power. He wants to be on top. And him executing Wesley, his own friend, started to build that. So we were like building characters on the fly, just having fun with it. And moments like that, that's why I say movie magic. Because things just happen, but they were meant to happen. And they work out even better because of it. That's what I love about filmmaking. And then I let Natani run with it.
Get the fuck out here, you pussy.
And he kills it. But every single henchman relationship is so good with how they interact with each other. Their dialogue between each other. This dialogue conversation coming up, I wrote it the day before.
What the fuck are we gonna do? What do you think? This fucker killed
It
Wesley.
wasn't in the original script.
Are we just gonna ignore the rest area? We got the problem right here. Let's finish it. And what if the cops see what happened at the rest area? Then we're all screwed.
But I wrote this scene after knowing where we were taking Dev's
I don't give a fuck
character.
about the cops. If someone disrespects me like this faggot, I deal with it. We need to cancel Christmas on his ass.
Natani
Now
came
you
up with that
down?
line on his on. Cancel Christmas
Now.
on his ass.
Can I think of
Improv.
shit? We need to get to the rest area before Christmas.
That scene right there is an homage to Juice with Tupac, where he's like, you know what? I am crazy, but you know what else? I don't give a. That scene, the scene I wrote, that was paying homage to Juice, about this guy just going power hungry, and like, you know what? I am crazy. I did just execute Wesley, but if someone disrespects me like this, and he says the F word, which I threw in there intentionally because he's a bad guy.
Oh, that hurts like a bitch.
Freaking sex traffickers aren't going to be politically correct. They don't care about no freaking slurs. They don't care about no slander. And so him saying that word made him feel even worse. Like, oh, okay, this dude's an asshole. It's moments like that, and I hate when movies say like, oh, they can't say that. Like, no, they're bad people. Why would they not say that? When you're beating around the bush and not letting bad villain characters act like villains, you're literally... I'm moving on. But I put that word in there for a reason. And some people might not like it, but it was there for a reason. Because that's what a sex trafficker, that's power hungry and doesn't care about life. If you don't care about executing his own man, why would you care about that word? This scene right here, we only had one take to shoot it because I had to actually rip my sleeve off. And I had to actually rip my sleeve off, and I was like, we got one shot. And I was like, you guys are just going to have to point the camera at me, and I'm going to just have to go to work. And I just had to go all out and just act my ass off. And I think I did a really good job. That shakiness in the breath, sheesh. That's acting right there. That's acting. Yeah, I did a good job on this scene. I was just improvising all these lines. None of these lines were in the script, and I was just like, I just gotta act. This is that moment in the movie for me where it's like, point the cameras at me, and I just gotta act. There's no other answer. And when we got late in the movie and I was acting a lot, and I didn't have a director, it's hard for you to direct yourself. And so once we got later into filming and I got more comfortable acting, I was like, just point the camera at me and let me go to work. And I just went to work. A lot of those scenes were just improv. A lot of scenes I didn't have time to prepare for because I'm doing everything. I'm directing. I'm producing. I'm doing everything. And I didn't have time to prepare. So I think for me to be able to pull off this role and have some great scenes, some good scenes, maybe some not so good scenes, but overall play the role of Leo, you can't tell me nothing.
We're back.
You guys get rid of the body?
Yes, sir. Same spot as the rest of them.
Good.
What a fucking idiot.
Writing scenes for the boss when I was writing the script was so much fun, just because.
Hopefully the last.
Hopefully the last. I just really enjoyed writing scenes like this. I think it's one of my strong suits. I'm really good at writing scenes like this.
Eventually, he was gonna fuck up. You have to be all
writing scenes like this might feel like you're writing too much. You're writing too much information. But when it has context, when it has purpose, when it's based on the character, and the performer comes in and takes that and kills it themselves, like Anthony did, all of a sudden it belongs in the movie. It doesn't feel slow. It doesn't feel boring.
You know how much fucking money we have on
You're
our
bought
hands?
in.
So if we think, we stick to the plan, make it out of here smooth, we're home free. All this cargo right at our fingertips. God damn that fucking Luna.
Anthony did a great
One
job.
of these girls was gonna make some noise. You know what it is? She's not even Indian. That's what it is.
Like, we're already like an hour into this movie. You don't even feel like
She's
it.
not
I
even
feel like I've
from
been
the
watching it for like 25 minutes. The pacing on this movie is amazing.
The city.
Absolutely
Of
amazing.
course,
The pacing
big
is
city
so
girls
good.
missing. It's gonna make some noise. We kidnapped these Indian women.
Also, the quote unquote alcohol that's inside that beer bottle or whatever, that's apple juice.
Is there anything else?
We would just shake it up, make it all sudsy or bubbly before.
You know.
I love this side. For all the trouble Luna's caused. Stands up. I want seconds. badass. He's a bad guy, but you can't lie. The boss and some of his moments are just badass.
And ice cold.
In movie context. In real life,
That'd be fine
of course they're disgusting, but in the movie context, the boss is a badass.
All freaking day.
Another scene.
Started at the rest area.
This scene is something that I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep in the final cut of the movie, because there are a handful of scenes that got cut from the movie just because they were too slow and they weren't necessary. They slowed down the pacing. But a scene like this, I was like, at times I thought it slowed it down.
Wait, really?
But a moment like this between Jolene and Luna was needed, because the movie starts to take a very, very dark turn in a matter of minutes. And I needed Luna and Jolene just to bond a little bit.
How did they get you
Talk
on
about
that?
everyday things, get to know each
I worked
other.
at a restaurant in December. It's good hours and decent pay.
And they did a good job.
Have you ever been to Mexico? I go over
It was a hard scene to film because it's a long scene and you have to film from multiple different angles, and we only got one camera, so we can only film one angle at a time.
Trust me.
And
They do this all over the
we just had
world.
to film it over and over.
Girls back in Mexico disappear. And they're
But
just
they got
so
it done.
afraid from within.
Probably the hardest scenes to film were in this bathroom, just because it's cramped, it's hot, you can't have any fans on, the lights are beaming, we're all stuck in here, and it's just hard. It's really hard. It's uncomfortable.
Why is that? Because I have no idea what that feels like. I feel like no matter where I step on this earth, I always feel like a foreigner. No true home. No true sense of belonging. What's it like? Even though I said it's like the exact same as here, it still feels comforting. It feels natural. I can only imagine. So, are you from this res?
This is an homage to Dance Me Outside right
Do I
here.
live here?
Not a lot of people will get this joke, and they might think it's corny or whatever, or it's not funny. But this joke has a purpose, and it's an homage to Dance Me Outside.
What?
Go look up that clip from Dance Me
Sorry.
Outside.
That's just some cheesy shit my boyfriend would have said.
Cheesy, my boyfriend would have said, because it's a quote from a movie. That's something Leo would say, because he's all corny and city native and
No.
spiritual.
Not really. My dad is in jail for who knows how long. And the rest of my family is dying out. And your mom? My mom? She's been missing for 6 years.
Generational trauma. But when I'm writing moments like this, or when I'm just making movies in general, you have to make the movie for you. When I watch Torn Apart, it's a movie that I'd want to watch. If I was at the theaters and I'm like, what movie do I want to watch? I'd want to watch Torn Apart, me personally. And that's how you really find your own voice, because you don't...
Now I'm really thirsty.
Of course, you have to pay attention to an audience or listen to public opinion. But at the end of the day, it's got to be for you, because that's where you're going to find your real voice. So when I'm writing jokes like that, and I know most people might not find it funny, yeah, I find it funny because I know why I'm putting it in there. And I'm not going to take it out because I think it's a funny homage to Dance Me Outside. The boss just chucks Jolene at the wall.
God damn it, Jolene!
Jolene, stop! Take me instead!
Back off, bitch. I'll bite back. Give me
Luna's like, whoa, chill out. Accept your place. Stop doing this. Luna's accepted. I'll bite back. Freaking ran. Oh, I clocked.
Please, just stop! I'll go!
I know you will.
But this needs to be taught a lesson.
Pick one.
What?
This is a tough scene to film for Valea because it's very intense. You got to be high intensity, high emotion the whole way. But she did a great job, and everyone in this scene did a great job.
Blow her brains out.
No!
Pick one.
I'm not picking anybody!
That's a hard scene to act in.
I hate to damage my merchandise.
In Valea's position, to be in a position of vulnerability and scared and hopelessness. She did a good job, and this is her first time acting.
Remember, Jolene,
great job.
you did this.
Please!
Right there when we flicked the blood on her face, I think we got like a spoon with a little bit of fake blood. And I just started rolling the camera.
It should be back from dropping off that.
I started rolling the camera.
Yes, sir.
And we didn't tell Valea when we're gonna throw it, so she doesn't react. And then we just flick it at her out of nowhere, and that's how we got that authentic reaction to the gunshot. Brutal. That blood splattered on the background. Makeup going dummy. And a scene like this is a hard scene to film.
Why did you let him take me?
I wanted to visualize Jolene physically being broken down. She's being broken. She's being put into her place. She's being forced to accept this bathroom. It's like something's dragging her down to the ground. Like she can't control it. She can't stay on her feet. Something's forcing her to accept her place. And she's finally trying to fight back. And I visualize that in the form of a panic attack. Great sound, great score, great music for that. And then this scene was really hard to film. It took us a few different tries because it wasn't working. It wasn't feeling epic enough. It wasn't feeling dreamlike enough. And then when we were all done filming the movie, we went back home to Yakima, and I was like, hey, let's try it one more time. And Gerald, my grandpa, showed us a spot, and I was like, this is perfect. And I walked the camera way over to this side of the cliff, and he went way over to that side, and he just started dancing. No music. He just started dancing. He was just feeling it in his chest. He didn't need music. That's how powerful it was. He wasn't dancing to music. We hear the music, but he was just dancing. That's what our dance is. And it just worked. It looks beautiful. And the dream, it's not Jolene's dream. I probably shouldn't say that. Nah, I just confirmed it. It's not Jolene's dream. It's Leo's dream. Leo had a dream of strength.
Is it rainy? It's cold as hell out here.
Like moments like this, like these lines weren't in the script, and I didn't have time to prepare. So I was like, just point the camera at me, and I just gotta act. Every single line in this sequence right here is all improv.
I forgot I was shot.
I was like, let's do a couple of different angles, and I'll just go to work.
Feeling a little better.
Because I didn't have time to prepare. I didn't have the luxury to prepare.
Okay.
With everything that was on my plate trying to make the movie, I just had to show up and act.
What the hell am I doing out here checking my ammo in the middle of the forest? Fucking
Rambo reference. Actually, someone, my friend Roy, shout out to Roy, he actually let me know that Rambo is based off of a Native American. I didn't know that. I don't know if it's confirmed, but that's what he told me. And so for Leo to mention Rambo, which I guess is a Native American reference, that's pretty cool.
Okay, Leo. What the hell are we doing?
Point the camera and let me work. Point the camera and let me work. That's a shot of the of where Leo was hiding when he was hiding from Omar and Dev. That's a shot of that. Could have been filmed better, but again, we were like a 3-man team at that point. 4-man.
That'll do. Okay. Alright, Leo. What's our game plan? What are we doing?
When we were filming these scenes, like, it was pitch black in the forest. It was freaking scary. When you turn off that light, someone's holding a light to light me, but when you turn it off, like, it's pitch black. We can't see each other. We can't see nothing. And we were deep in the forest. Higheagle. We were deep in the forest. Leo's made his choice. We are now transitioning into the third act, where Leo knows what he has to do. He knows.
What are we gonna do? What we should have done before.
Great job acting. Shout out to these two extras. Unfortunately, I can't remember their names.
Oh my god!
I'll make sure to check in the credits to give them a proper shout out. But they were true older ladies. I think they were local to Leavenworth, which is around where we were filming the movie, Leavenworth, Washington, at the rest area specifically. Bang! Brutal, bro. Brutal. But shout out to them. They did a great job. They'd never acted before, and they did a great job.
They called the cops.
That's a fake phone. You just buy it on Amazon for like, I don't know, 12 bucks or something.
That might have given us a little bit of time, but we still gotta pack these bodies and go. Why don't you go check that idiot for the keys? I'm not doing that shit. Just hurry the fuck up and go do it.
You know, Dev, he feels nervous. I like how we could see the nervousness on his face, but he's hungry for power, and he's made his choice. Now you're gonna deal with the consequences after that.
The fuck is taking you so long?
And the way we shot this, I like how it looks really cool how Leo's emerging out of the background. That's a really cool way to capture that scene. I like that.
I got the keys.
The scene goes so hard.
Left, right?
Drop your gun. I said drop the fucking gun.
Scene goes dummy.
Where's Jolene?
This scene right here was hard to film because it's either me behind the camera or it's Gilbert behind the camera.
Not too far in the woods.
And we're both acting together. So this was an incredibly hard scene to film. Because I had to hold the camera at him and say my lines. He had to hold the camera at me and say my lines.
The cops are on the way. You kill them all.
It was hard. What the hell was that? Get up. Get up. Move. Move. That way. And the big reveal, the reason Dev was wearing a hoodie the whole time. There's a level of insecurity hiding behind him. Why would he hide his long hair? You know, because long hair is a staple to Native Americans. You know, when I see someone with long hair, I'm like, are they Native? And, you know, me looking at Dev, I can immediately tell he's Native. Long hair and just how he looks, I know he's Native. And Leo's confused. He's like, yo, what? Like, we're doing this to ourselves, really? But Leo commits. He's in his third act. He knows what he must do.
Fucking pussy.
I love that moment. Just Leo's now a solidified action star. Now you guys know what I mean by Leo transitioning from this corny city native guy into a full-fledged action star. That's what I mean.
Come on, Jolene, pick
I
up.
love his progression throughout the
Thank God.
throughout the film and how he becomes an action star. It wasn't handed to him; he had to earn it.
Are you okay? Did they take you? No, he left me with you.
How long was I out for?
I don't know, maybe an hour?
What happened to me?
Panic attack. I used to get them all the time.
Oh my god. Susan.
Jolene, slow down. Please drink some water.
We don't have much
The
time.
pacing in this film is impeccable.
Jolene, there's no need to rush yourself. Please, calm down.
That's the one thing I love about Torn Apart is the pacing is just so good.
Susan.
And for this to be my first feature
This is a
and it's
shit
that
murder.
well paced,
For no reason.
built different, man.
Well, let's make sure
Built
that
different.
it doesn't happen to anyone else.
This scene was a lot of fun to
You don't seem
film.
to be scared of the
Natani, the one who played Dev, who just got executed at the rest
You ever
area,
heard of a skinwalker?
he was holding the camera. First time ever holding the camera.
Of course you have. Natives believe in that crazy shit.
I don't even think we had a microphone. I think we had to record the audio off
It was
of
real weird earlier.
the camera.
I thought it was you, but it
We had
wasn't.
lavalier mics attached to us.
Starting
You
to
can
believe
see it
my
right
shit
there
too.
on my freaking jacket.
Want to know what they've been doing to Jolene?
Not one more word out of your mouth.
All right.
I love this moment
Move.
where Leo's like, I ain't trying to hear nothing.
How do you know your way around this forest so well?
Thought you didn't want me to talk. I'm a hunter.
Good acting
Comes natural, I guess.
from both of us.
So what? You switch the prey from animals to women?
Hey, look, man. We all got our demons. You're gonna have a lot considering all the lives you took today.
I wouldn't consider those demons.
A life is
Badass. Leo's a badass
Will
now.
take a toll
He's
on
an
you no
action
matter who
star.
it is.
Yeah, says the sex trafficker.
Exactly. That's why I know. You gun down people in cold blood without even batting an eye.
I did what I had to.
Shot Dev because you had to?
I could give two shits about your life. I'm here for Jolene.
So what, you go full Rambo?
Speaking of Rambo, give me any bullets you have.
I don't got any.
Don't give me that. That's a reference to the Warriors 1979. When Swan has a Mercy on the street after they meet Mercy. Real tough chick. Warriors 1979. Go watch it.
Why didn't you call the cops then? You know you're guilty.
There was also a Warriors reference right before when Leo and Omar were walking into the forest from the rest area. I forgot to mention that, but that was a Warriors reference where he's like, fucking A.
So what are you gonna do? Going with
This part's badass. Leo's full-fledged badass now. Full-fledged action star. He's made his choice. There ain't no going back. Pow. But Natanya was holding the camera. That light change right there where we switched to warm light instead of cold light, that was a way to reference that we're at the location now. That's just a little filmmaking trick that we used to show that we're in a different location. Since it was so pitch black and we couldn't see where we were, switching the lighting helped establish that okay, we're somewhere different. And now Jolene's starting to make her choices. She's not going to accept her place in this world anymore. She's going to fight back. Luna doesn't know what to do. She feels torn. She's like, I don't know.
They're gonna hear you. What is a screwdriver gonna do against a gun? I was paying attention to that piece of shit out there. He's lazy. I bet you he's fast asleep right now. Hell yeah. Jolene, what is the fighting going to do? We don't have any other option. We can do this. Look, there aren't that many of them out there. Our best chance is right now. Okay? Let's do this.
Excuse me, I'm pretty sick. This moment right here. I know. She should have just stabbed him in the neck or the head. But moments like this, I'll take the blame for that. I took the L. I was so focused on getting to this moment right here, where she picks up the pistol and pistol whips him. I knew I wanted to get there. A real moment right there. Valea actually hit him in the head with that pistol. She actually clocked him in the head. And we all just gasped. We were like, ooh. And it just stopped. And we had to tend to him and heal up his wound. Thankfully, he was all right. But she actually clocked the hell out of him with that pistol. And it was hard to film that scene after that because she was nervous. She didn't want to fully commit anymore. And I don't blame her. She didn't mean to, but it was just an accident. And she accidentally just clocked the hell out of him.
I said, let's go. This is our only chance. We have to go now.
And now Jolene understands what it means.
What do you think we'll actually get?
When people are accepting their place, how far do you think we'll actually get?
If we don't leave right
And
now.
Jolene's like, she understands. She needs to fight. She needs to fight back. There's no more accepting her place. Leo and Jolene are on different journeys, but to
You
the
stay
same
here with them,
destination.
okay? I'm gonna go out and I'll come back when there's a chance, okay? Stay here with them.
She don't know what she's gonna do, but she's gonna go figure it out.
Whoa, Jolene, what the hell are you doing?
Let us go!
You know I can't do that. Jolene, didn't you just get a girl killed?
Do not put that shit on me.
Jolene, stop fucking around. You know what happens when you don't follow the rules.
What? You rape and kill me and then bury me in a ditch? Huh? You sick fuck. Let go of me.
I think you need a more direct approach. Go in there and find out how she got that gun.
Get the fuck off me.
The safety was on.
That's just a little moment of comedy where I was like Leo didn't know to check if the safety was on. Why would Jolene know to check if the safety's on? So she was pointing the gun thinking she's a threat. But if she tried to shoot it, it wasn't going nowhere because the safety was on. And that was also a moment to let the audience know, you know.
Take off your clothes.
This is where the boss begins to.
No.
He's like, okay, we're doing this the hard way. You didn't want to listen.
Jolene, I won't ask again.
He told her when she first got here, don't try anything, or I wouldn't want to have to hurt you. He's telling her, just submit, just accept. And she wouldn't submit, she wouldn't accept, and the boss is like, all right, I gotta do it.
What are you waiting for?
Scene was really hard to film for Valea. I mean, you already know, and for everyone involved. I mean, it's an uncomfortable scene to film. We had to buy these like pasties that like she puts on, you know, so you can't see anything. So when she takes off her bra, she was actually taking off like her bra for real, but she had pasties on, so she wasn't like fully exposed, or that was the best we could do.
Maybe I'll just keep you for myself.
But we had Yaz on set the whole time, so when we call cut, Yaz would immediately be there and hand her a blanket to cover herself, and we tried to approach it with the most care as possible. We never wanted her to feel uncomfortable, and although she was gonna feel uncomfortable regardless, tried our best to mitigate it. Here we are, the character of Daniel. You haven't gotten to see him too much. Unfortunately, we had to cut out a lot of his scenes just due to pacing issues. He was in a lot more scenes in the original cut, but we had to take it out just because it was slowing down the pacing. But this scene right here, he improv this. I didn't have in the script where he's maniacally laughing, but he just came to me and was like, hey, I have an idea, can I try it? And I was like, hell yeah, try it. And he killed it. Moments like this where everyone just brought it to the table.
Think you can get away with this shit, huh?
Killed it, man.
You! Fuck over here.
I can't take credit for that, you know? And I'm not here to take credit for that.
Shut the fuck up.
As a director, my job is to be the first audience member.
The only one that has his ways around here.
All I am is I take a seat and I watch it, and then I let my actors know if I'm believing it or not. That's my only job as a director. So when he tried it and it worked, I was like, hey, I'm enjoying it as an audience member. Let's do it. Here we are, the final showdown. The scene was really hard to film. We had to film it in multiple parts. I'm in the scene a lot, so it's hard for me to direct and do everything else I had to do. But I just had to get in the groove, and there was no stopping me. I can't really explain it when I'm in that moment, when I'm in the mode. And I'm just like, let's just go. And my momentum is just building, and we just can't be stopped. That's more movie magic right there, where we're exhausted, we're tired. I don't know if I could do it, but I'm like, let's do it. And we just get it done. And a great score. Listen to the composer Q&A. We talk about this scene a lot in detail. The way Leo's crouching is supposed to be kind of like a sneak dance, like sneak up. Look up sneak up Native American dance, sneak up powwow dance, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Or go watch the behind the scenes or director breakdown. Go watch director breakdown. You'll learn more about this scene. This is an homage to The Last of Us. When he takes him out like that. We had to film this scene over the course of 3 days, and we just had to chop down actors. What I mean by that is we have a lot of actors, and we just got to start playing them one by one, and so then we can send them home, and eventually it's just Leo, the boss, and Jolene, and then we can just focus on that. But it took a lot of time. Me, this being my first feature film, I assumed we were going to get it done in 1 day. Hell no, we weren't getting it in 1 day. And we had to stretch it out to 3 days. Luckily, everyone bared with me and we got it done. Shout out to bearing with me as I learned. I was learning a lot. A lot about scheduling.
Go check what the fuck's going on out there.
A lot about scheduling. Just learning how much time do you need to film a scene. Stuff like that. And when people are trying to film like short films and stuff like that, when you film a feature, you learn stuff you'll never learn making short films. Scheduling, having to push day by day by day. And that's why I don't like doing short films. I don't want to do short films. They're pointless to me.
what happens, you fucking bitch! Fuck you!
Oh my gosh, are you okay?
Great score.
Come on, let's get your clothes on.
Moments like this just bringing the realness to it. You know, it's dark. It's a dark world. What just happened to Luna? But you had to show it. Had to. You can't beat around the bush with that type of stuff. When people watch this movie, I want them to think, man, that sex trafficking and all the abuse and violence against women is really, really bad. Not even just Native Americans, just in general. We got to do something about it to stop it. That's what I wanted you to feel. And I make you feel that by not being around the bush. I show you the real stuff. And here's Luna's arc. What's she gonna do with that gun? You know, we don't know.
What the hell's going on out here? Holy shit. Fuck. That piece of shit is out here somewhere. What the fuck was that? That's him. Go check it out.
You want us to just rush out there?
Here's the big thing. Now, one thing that I love to go in detail. The Skinwalker has a very specific purpose in Torn Apart story. A very specific purpose.
In the open, we're gonna get shot. Keep your composure.
In a world where these sex traffickers are preying on women and watching them from the shadows and kidnapping them, there's also something else that's also preying on these sex traffickers and watching them from the shadows. And so in this film, this is a shout out to Signs.
What is it?
What is it? When they're in the basement. I can't remember his name. He played the Skinwalker. I'll check the credits. But in this movie, the Skinwalker is almost the good guy. Because the Skinwalker, in the whole movie, you hear all those sounds, the trees rustling. The Skinwalker is watching and preying on this sex trafficker. So the Skinwalker is almost the good guy, and the sex traffickers are obviously the bad guy. And so that says a lot about what's Leo's position. Is Leo doing the right thing if there's already a good guy? Is he forcing himself into this situation when he doesn't need to? I'm not saying that the Skinwalker is going to save the day or nothing, but in a world of balance, you know, like a yin and yang type beat, there is Skinwalker that's good in this situation. It's all subjective. I created it to be subjective. But the Skinwalker has a very specific purpose to this story and this film. And there's a reason why the Skinwalker was kept in this movie.
I got Jolene! That's who you after, right? Yeah! I had her stripped down in front of me 10 minutes ago!
Leo!
Leo got shot in the same leg. His back's against the ropes. What you gonna do? You gotta fold? Never fold. Never fold, Leo. Get your ass up. Classic action shot right here. Bang. One bullet in the chamber, and the boss got none. Jolene and Leo finally see each other. That's an homage to A Better Tomorrow, a 1980s Hong Kong action movie. Go watch the third act of that movie, and there's a moment where the two characters in the heat of battle finally see each other and they smile at each other. That's an homage. And the boss is just... The boss has his back against the wall too. No ammo, shot, no help. He's trying to figure out how do I get out of this situation. And so he grabs Jolene to use her as a decoy.
Drop it! Toss it down! You two have fucked up everything. But I won't be the only one going down. I promise you that.
She called his bluff. She called his bluff. She didn't know, but she tried something. Jolene is no longer accepting her place. She's fighting back. This moment right here, the water bottle on the ground, it was just, we didn't know what to do. We had to get the boss to tackle Leo, and we just saw a water bottle lay there. And I was like, just throw it at me. And it was really funny. The boss is always trying to have a leg up in the situation. He's always trying to be on top somehow, some way, even if it's just by simply having a water bottle. The first time they ever face off. Stunt double played by Gilbert. That's not.
Let's go. We're leaving.
What's it? Justin, who plays Daniel. That's actually Gilbert stunt doubling.
Just fucking go!
Luna absolutely killing this scene. Great scene. That's her best scene in the whole movie right there. So real, so sad. Great scene. Let's get it. This dialogue between these two is something I wrote the night before. Because I wanted Leo and the boss to have some type of banter, a bit of banter. And I wrote this little bickering back and forth between Leo and the boss the night before we filmed this scene.
I can see why you fell into sex trafficking.
Can't pull your own women. And it was just a little fun moment. And I think it really added. Leo feels like he's on top of the world. He's like, you ain't stopping me. I took out your whole squad.
Screw you, Leo. You ain't nothing but a fucking fool.
He was about to call him a savage, just like Luke did, but Leo didn't accept it. He was like, man, get on my face. But Leo's dead tired. He's been fighting all freaking day. Multiple gunfights, lots of running, no water, no food. This man's exhausted. So of course he's gonna get overpowered. Oof. Hey. Clean combo. Clean combo. And the boss always gotta have one leg up. We would laugh so much during this, just like fake choking. I'm getting a fake choke. It was just really funny. This moment right here, I didn't know if I was gonna throw this scene in, just because I didn't like how it came out, me personally. But even though I threw it in, a lot of people reach out to me and say this scene almost makes them cry, and I'm like, okay, I'm glad people were well receptive to it. When we were filming this scene, it was one of the last scenes we had to film. We had a scene to film after that we had to get to. We couldn't waste time. So we had to film this scene really fast, and we didn't really have time.
Anyways, I decided you hear me out. What if we start like
to think about it or perfect it, and
reach out to other schools about how to incorporate native culture into the
so with all of that, I wasn't really sure if I was feeling the scene. But with Jolene passed out and Leo getting choked, I needed to hold that tension in the air. I needed the audience to be on the edge of their seat thinking, what's gonna happen? Wake up, wake up, wake up. And to make them sit through this dream and get this emotional moment for Jolene, where she understands what it means to fight, to let people know we're still here. She's looked through the mirror, meeting Luna. Like I said, Luna and Jolene are clone characters to each other. So Jolene has looked in the mirror.
She's been looking in the mirror lately.
And she realizes what she has to do. She can't accept her place.
This feels really good to see.
So for the movie, it works, and the montage is beautiful.
Jolene, wake up. Come on, Jolene, wake up.
But it works, and me watching it right now, I enjoy that scene a lot more than I have before. It works really, really well. Leo's like, Jolene, get your ass up. I ain't going out like this. Bang! For that scene right there, this whole shot right here. So Valea had to swipe the wood like she hit him, but it was just a she was just hitting the air. I found you. And then the camera's spinning. Because Leo and Jolene, that's all they want. This is their world. They just wanted to be together again. They fought all day to get here, to this moment right here, just to embrace each other. And that's why we spun the camera like that. This moment of Leo just looking back, witnessing what he's done. But he don't have time to think about it. He don't got time to throw up in the trash can like he did before. We gotta move.
Luna, come on.
I gotta sneeze.
I don't want to go. Please.
Excuse me.
Jolene. I don't want this. Luna, you can finally get out of here. We can survive. Just come with me.
You guys did a great job on that scene. Just her eye contact, noticing Leo in the background.
Please shoot me.
It's such a sad scene. So sad.
No!
We filmed this shot in 60 frames per second, which is a high frame rate, so it looks all smooth. And then in the editing software, I slowed it down to 24 frames per second, which is the overall film is played at 24 frames per second. And that's what made this scene in slow motion. I had that idea from the get-go. I wanted that moment to be in slow motion. And worked really well. That's just the type of things that I had as being a director, having the vision I wanted. Little moments like that is where I really got to showcase it throughout the film, but moments like that are where I'm like, this is my vision right here.
Jolie.
I almost didn't want this scene in the movie either, but I think we needed a quick moment with Leo and Jolene just being together, even if it's just walking through the forest, just being together, showing that their relationship is already different.
Come here. You're safe. I found you. We have to be quiet.
The scene worked really well. And I mean, watching this movie right now, I'm enjoying every bit of it. It's so entertaining. I can feel it. I can feel the passion.
Come on.
And
This is the police. Put your hands up. Let me see them.
when we were filming this scene right here, we got to the rest area, like I said, a 17-hour day, and we actually filmed this. This was the first scene we filmed, because we got to the rest area at 4 a.m. and we filmed all the way to 11 p.m. and we filmed that scene at like 5:30 a.m. first scene of the day.
Podcasts are the way to go.
Absolutely, that's why we do it.
That's exactly why we do it. Because I think we can get the real news out there, especially if you're going to get through traffic, Chuck.
I love this part of the movie.
This bridge shit and all the trafficking that's going on.
Horchata.
I can't even drive.
Something Luna liked. Jolene's now drinking it.
All the trafficking going on. You realize your segue into
now this moment,
what really is going on.
Gilbert was having a hard time pulling focus, so it was like kind of blurry for a little too long. But when I was editing the movie, I was like, it actually works really nice. I really like how that sun's beaming on her, and we're slowly pulling focus to her. We're taking our time getting there. I think it works really well. Little mistakes like that I really like.
This shit's crazy, bro.
Hey, I wonder if this has anything to do with that guy.
Pulling focus is such a beautiful thing in film, you know, manually pulling focus when you want to get to, when you want to get in focus, when you want to rack out of focus, you know. It's so fun.
I'm not a cop, I'm a podcast.
I'm not into that stuff at all. I don't.
This conversation on the radio is great. It's great.
I don't want to know, but I want to know. Because we have a podcast.
And this is important, because sex trafficking is a real thing, man.
It really is.
I know we're making jokes about traffic and all that kind of stuff and rolling into trafficking, but man, this shit's real.
That shit's everywhere, man.
There's my mom. A mom cameo. Had to have a little cameo. Let it get some shine. I just like how we filmed this scene. Then like editing it, I had so much fun. It was just all coming together.
Name?
Jolene.
Booth 3.
I love how there's my grandma, little grandma cameo.
Excuse me.
This movie is, I mean, like, I ain't afraid to say it, this movie is just good. It's really good. And we had to build this whole jail visiting thing by ourselves. We used white poster boards, and then we just plastered numbers on it. And we bought a couple fake phones. And we had some plexiglass, which is abundant now that COVID's a thing.
That drink looks good.
And we just got to work.
It's horchata.
We turned off all the lights in the room.
It's not a Pepsi.
If you see the wide shot before,
What are you waiting for? Get a sip.
the room is all well lit. but just for this dramatic moment, we turned off all the lights and just lit us with the one light, which looks beautiful. Looks very
Good.
cinematic, as they would say.
How are you?
Doing all right. They let me know that my sentence might.
That's actually an Easter egg. Leo's jumpsuit says 9/14, and that's my birthday, September 14th.
Found my fingerprints.
So it's a little Easter egg.
I just fessed up.
The jumpsuit that I was wearing, since I'm so tall, it didn't fit me, and so we actually had to like rip it because it was like a one piece. We had to like rip it, and so it was super uncomfortable wearing that thing. And I love my act. Me and Valea both. I love our acting in the scene, and I'm really proud of what we both were able to do with our first time acting. But for me specifically, this scene is something that I was so excited for. This is my most anticipated scene to act in for myself. And
I was afraid that
with this scene, for once, I actually had time to prepare.
I made that decision.
I had time to prepare my lines. I had time to practice. And I think me and Valea both killed it.
That's all.
And I think it really shows both of our potentials as acting ability.
Am I ever safe?
We did an amazing job.
What happened that day was terrifying.
I really like my performance in this scene.
And
I love Valea's performance in this scene.
Just like that. I'm with you. Next thing you know, I'm gone. You're right. Decisions had to be made. And I made some too.
Jolene, we don't always have time to think if the decision we made was right or wrong. We just fucking do it. We survived. I promise that you're safe.
Stop!
This movie wasn't supposed to end on a good ending, and it was never going to end on a good ending.
Survive.
It was rough what happened, what they had to go through, the choices they had to make.
Killed people.
And they have to live with that for the rest of their lives.
People
That's what makes this movie feel real. It ain't no walk in the park, walk off, holding hands into the sunset. This is what happens when a couple goes through something traumatic. They might never be the same ever again.
I will never be the same.
And Jolene says it right here. And Leo's accepting that fact. He thought he did a good thing, but not saying that it's Leo's fault.
It's my head.
But like
over and over again.
There's nothing that Leo could have done that would have fixed this situation.
Right now,
maybe
as we
subjective. Is Leo the good guy, or could he have done something different? Should he have called the cops?
How can you promise that I will ever be safe? Huh?
And that final line right there is so powerful. I wrote this final scene. I wrote it in one try, and I never touched it again. I wrote this scene in just once, just off the dome. I just went to my computer and I started writing this final jail visit scene, and it just worked. And I was like, that's it. That's the final scene right there. I didn't need to change it once. It was perfect to me, and I love it. And I love how this movie ends. So powerful. It's a damn good movie. I'm so proud of this. And this is why I am where I am today. This is why I'm the filmmaker I am today. Because now that I look back at this film, and I've grown so much, I've been hired to direct other projects. I've been hired. I got like a movie almost being sold to Netflix. Like, I've been able to grow so much. I've traveled. I've become a great filmmaker. I'll finish it up after this scene, what I was saying. I forgot about this end credit scene. Shout out to these two boys, Jacoby and McKinley, I think his name is. We filmed this scene in the back of Yasmeen's house, her backyard, in Yakima, Washington. The girl who plays Luna filmed it in her backyard.
Shut up, I'll be right back.
And this is actually talks about what I mean when I say torn apart universe. Torn apart universe. I'm gonna explain that too. Bear with me. I won't stay around in the end credits too long, but I got a couple small points to mention before I wrap up this director's commentary. And thank you if you watched this whole thing with me. I hope you enjoyed it. Feels good for me to talk about it and just reflect on how far I've gone and where I come from. We got bologna sandwiches. That's how I grew up as a kid. When you're camping, you get some bologna, some bread, some potato chips, some mustard, and you just put it in. You make a sandwich. That was my go-to sandwich. My go-to sandwich when I was camping as a kid. Skinwalkers will return. Okay, before I get to that point, let me finish my point I was saying. I've been able to do so many things, and my career has advanced so far because of Torn Apart. Torn Apart is the reason why where I am today, and the reason why I will continue to grow as a filmmaker and continue to do bigger and bigger things. My budgets are growing, my opportunities are growing. The next movie I'm gonna make, I promise you, it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be way bigger than this was. But the reason I say all this is because looking back to 2021, a young Tokala Tatum, I think I was, how old was I? I was 21 years old. I'm 23 now. 21 years old, and I just had a vision, I had a passion, and I went out there and I got it done. And although everything might not be perfect, there might be some rough patches, I might still be learning camera techniques and angles and how to get performances out of my actors. There's something inherent in Torn Apart that shows my potential and my natural talent as a storyteller and a filmmaker. And when I watch Torn Apart, I look at that Tokala on screen, and as a director, I look at him as a different person. And what I see is someone that was so passionate and had a strong vision, and he didn't let no one touch it. And so when I look at young filmmakers today, and I'm not looking for perfection. I'm not looking for, man, that, you know, the techniques are perfect. All I'm looking for is, do you have a vision? Are you a visionary? And how strong is that vision? Are you going to stick by that vision? And when I watch Torn Apart, I'm like, man, that Tokala Tatum had a strong vision, and he didn't let no one touch it. He stayed strong the whole way making this movie. I could have folded at any point in this movie, and I almost did. I was almost going to cancel this movie. I was like, we ain't finishing Torn Apart. This ain't happening. But that Tokala Tatum got through it with the help of everyone around him. Shout out to everyone that helped that Tokala Tatum, me, get this movie done. But at the end of the day, Tokala had a strong vision, and he ain't letting no one get in his way. He was unstoppable. And that's what I see as a young Tokala Tatum. And that's the foundation I've built for myself, and no one's gonna stop me. That's why I'm gonna continue to grow. And my last point, as I end this director's commentary, is the Torn Apart universe. Skinwalkers will return, or the idea of Leo and Jolene. I have a lot of ideas, and you might have already, if you know about They're Not Here, that's in the Torn Apart universe. It continues the story, and not only does it continue the Skinwalker aspect, it continues someone else's story. But I'm not going to say anything else. All I'll say is that it is directly connected to Torn Apart, and even after They're Not Here, I have more plans for the Torn Apart universe. And that's all I'll say. I have a strong vision, and just like the Tokala Tatum for 2 years ago, I'm going to stick by my vision, and I'm going to try to see it through to the end. And I'll just tell you right now, there's a lot more to come. But yeah, that's everything from me. I'll let these end credits roll. If you watch this whole thing, and if you're here right now, thank you. I don't got nothing to say. I'm just grateful. I'm glad that I was able to tell this story, and that you were able to be along the journey with me. And let's keep growing. Let's keep pushing. And this is just the beginning. Just the beginning. I'm just touching the surface. Just wait. Just wait. You'll see. Alright, this is Tokala Tatum, director and creator of Torn Apart, and I'll be seeing you very soon. We out.
Bum, 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 bum. am Optimus Prime, and I send this message to any surviving Autobots taking refuge among the stars. We are here. We are waiting.